And I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no.
Hey guys, good morning. It is Tuesday, and I'm getting ready to Hey guys, it is 8:24, and I just finished, and these are my rings. They're looking pretty good.
Too many days in the darkness, without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and beat, head pulled down over your eyes. Every part of you wants to surrender, darling, you were meant to survive. With every start, we are born again. Open your heart.
Wait till you start your 10 o'clock thing and then leave.
Alright, so I just got off the phone with Lisa. We talked for like 25 minutes, and now Zumba starts at 10. But I think I'm gonna read for a few minutes before it starts. So it is now after 11. Finished Zumba, but my watch died, but that's okay. My mom's actually at CPS running errands and stuff. Yeah, but something like I did want to talk about though, that's just like been on my mind lately. Well, actually in the past like 24 hours is that you guys know that I was applying to stay on my mom's insurance. Well, yeah, my mom's insurance after 26, because in the US, unless you're disabled or have some other reason why you need to stay on the insurance, they're like, oop, boot you off. You know, you gotta get your own insurance. So, yeah. So my doctor wrote a letter, stating that, I'm disabled, it's permanent, it's from birth, blah, blah, blah. So, cool. Get it in. Get the letter yesterday stating that I was approved, so that's praise number one. There's both good and, shitty parts to this discussion here. Well, in my opinion. So, I don't know. And again, this is just all my opinion. But they said that in order to remain on the insurance through my lifetime or, forever or whatever, is that I would need to stay permanently disabled, which obviously that's true, it's not gonna get any better. I may get stronger and, blah, 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 stuff changes, but, my disability isn't changing. And that okay, so here's the thing. They said that I am not allowed to be married and still be a dependent of my mother for insurance. So that in order to stay on the insurance forever, that I would need to be permanently disabled and unmarried. And I don't know, I get it because, they think you're married, you guys will just get, insurance together. Or, or like, you know, one of you would go on the other person's insurance. But like, you know, first of all, that might not always be the case. And, you know, it's, well, I can't say this now, but it's not like that the insurance needs to be good. It's just that, like, I have so many, like, different things. Like, the baclofen pump that I get, that I've had for forever, those refills are super expensive. Because not because, like, the needle is expensive or anything. It's just the medication itself is expensive. And then I think actually it's billed under, like, same-day surgery. I want to say, because he has to use, like, a sterile field and all that. Like, it's, you know, it's got to be done in certain protocols. So I don't know. Like, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because not only am I in my mid-20s and I still live at home with my parents, right? Which, honestly, still blessed to be able to do. Like, that's, like, I'm eternally grateful for what I have, right? Like, but it's just more, it's like, well, you know, some people at 26, they have, like, their corporate America job. And, like, I know it's, like, well, like, that's only, like, 1% of, like, what they put out, or, like, you know, whatever, but, like, still, you know. And then it's like, well, I don't, you know, I kind of have what I want to do figured out. I would love to do something in, you know, social media or marketing or, you know, communications or something like that. Like, I loved my my time in college when I took, you know, I went to a community college, so they had, like, the basic classes for whatever degree, but they didn't have, like, the full degree there. Like, the highest you can get was an associate's at the time, which probably still is true. But anyway, I loved, like, my COM 100 class that I took. I loved, like, group projects. There was even a project that we had to film, and I was vlogging at that point, so I took over, like, the filming part of it, the editing. I loved it. Like, it was great, you know. It just, with the learning disabilities I have and the anxiety that I have, it's, you know, as the stuff got harder, which, you know, like anything in school, as it got harder for me to, like, keep up and, you know, whatever. So, yeah. But, like, I mean, like, I loved my time there and stuff, you know what I mean? And I certainly believe that, like, school isn't for everybody. And, like, if you, like, that doesn't mean that I don't, like, discount people that go to school. Like, absolutely not. But, like, I still think that, like, you could find, like, a really cool job that you're passionate about that doesn't necessarily need a degree. Like, I know people that, like, went to school for, like, X amount of years and, like, they don't even use their degree that they have for their job. So, I mean, whatever. But the point of it is, it's like, so I can't get married if I want to stay on, like, a decent insurance plan. I mean, I know, like, oh, well, you're getting help and blah, blah, blah. But, like, it's really restrictive. Like, it really is. Like, I don't know. It's just, like, even, like, again, like, even, like, with the disability payments, it's like, well, you can't really have a side hustle because, like, you know, you can't make more than X amount of dollars because whatever. And again, I know, like, some people say, oh, like, you're getting help, whatever, like, blah, blah, blah. Again, yes, that's cool. But, like, also, I want to have, like, some sort of choice over, you know, what I do with my life, you know? There's a lot that I can't control, you know what I mean? Like, just so much, and especially over the last couple of months. And so I don't know, I'm just like, oh, that sucks. But like, I mean, in reality, like, if I wanted to, number one, if I did get married, there is good insurance plans out there, so that's not a big deal. But like, if like I'm already like having good coverage on my mom's, like, whatever, I don't know. Which in reality, hers could change tomorrow too. Like, you never know what the future holds. Honestly though, like, I mean, and I know that like nobody could tell the future, like, really, and like that's been proven to me like past couple months, like I said. But if I had a crystal ball just to like see what like the next like 5 years of my life are gonna be, that would be like awesome. Just till like I'm 30. I'm 26 right now, 27, 28, 29, 30. Not even 5 years, 4 years. That'd be great. But in reality, like my plan would be if my partner, because like I don't even know if I'm gonna get married, because like that's the other thing, like that's dealing with singleness in your mid-20s when a bunch of people that are getting married and engaged and babies and whatever. And again, I'm so happy for them, right? But it's like, when is it my turn, right? So on top of like wondering if and when and how and whatever, it's like, oh, this is a new layer, right? But I mean, like, I don't know. I don't even know if this like makes sense, but I just need to like get it out of me, It was just it was like frustrating, because I was like, well, like, I guess I could, do a wedding with like all of that and stuff, and just like have it be like for forever fiancés. Like, I know people do that. What frustrates me is it's like this all or nothing mentality when it comes to like, the services that we get. Is it's like, well, if you have this, you can do this. Like, it's my opinion. I think it should be somewhere in the middle. I don't know. It's frustrating. And it's frustrating too because like I need help with certain things, but like there is some stuff where I still do want to be like the typical mid-20s year old person. So, which has been like my struggle for literally like since I turned 18. Like, I want to be like the typical young adult, mid-20s, early 20s, mid-20s, whatever. And then I still need help with XYZ, and this situation doesn't really work out, and that situation doesn't work out either. But it is what it is. I know that in God's timing, everything will work out, and it's meant to be what it'll be, and what it won't. Thanks for coming to my rant.